My name is Laurent Ballesta. My background is a marine biologist, and now my job is to build expedition with every time three aims. Scientific aims. We really try to figure out something, a scientific mystery. A diving challenge, as it can be a very deep dive, it can be a very long dive or cold dive or this kind, and of course a research of new wildlife images. That's the three aims of my expeditions, and voila.
So we are in Paris, where you're exhibiting your last expedition in Fakarava.
It's more than one expedition, actually. It's 4 expeditions during 4 years. Every time at the same period, same season, because there is this very special and amazing event, an aggregation, the biggest aggregation of camouflage grouper. We count them with scientific protocols, and we estimate the grouper population to 18,000 groupers in something like a soccer field area. So it's huge. It's more like it looks like a cage of aquaculture. It's so dense, and so there is a lot of interaction. They fight all day, and during something like 2-3 weeks, they are more and more and more, and they don't do nothing except fight. And at the end, just one day, and more or less the full moon day, they mate. They spawn all together in something like half an hour in 1 year. That's it. And it's very, very complex to be at the right moment to watch and to take photos of this spawning. 25 minutes, 30 minutes a year. And to be honest, I had a little piece of the event the first year. I missed completely the event in 2015. A little piece of the event in 2016, and fortunately in 2017 we had the full event, the whole event, and so I have to confess, I'm proud of this project for sure. It asked me so much work. It's we count that 3,000 hours diving, my team and I together. It was 85,000 pictures. My feeling when I did the very first dive in Fakarava with these sharks and groupers, it was to say, oh my god, the rest of my life I dove in a sleep room where nothing happened. And here there is behavior, fighting, mating everywhere. And that's why I try to really figure out just life energy. It's so full of energy. The first energy is the pass itself. So current, 6 hours in, 6 hours out. So the place is full of water energy, and after this water energy there is the life energy coming. And you're right that for me this job is very different, because you talk about the coelacanth expedition, about the Antarctica deep dive expedition, but this one, for me at least, the secret was diving challenge. Very deep, very cold, the ice, all these things. But here, for me, it's really a photo challenge. There is hundreds photographers per day in French Polynesia. The camouflage grouper and the grey reef shark, so common, so easy to So the very first year when I went in this place, I have no photo project in my head. I thought it was too hard, too difficult, too many photographers before. And we did the very first night dive. It was completely forbidden, and it looks impossible to make night dive in this pass because of the current, because of the sharks and all this thing. And we try, and that's right that it was quite scaring the first time to see all the sharks hunting together, bumping on us during all the dives. But step by step we realized that we were not a target. We were just obstacles. And when you realize that you're just obstacles, suddenly you can start to be quiet. And you need to be quiet if you want to make great shot. To be focused, take care of your frame and not take photo like that, because you are scared or stressed. And it really has the 4 years. Normally when you start a photo project, you go for the first time and you did 80% of the job. And sometimes you go back just to some compliment. And sometimes you come back just for one because you miss it. Or completely different here. The first year, in the book, from the first year there is 4 pictures. Only 4. From the last year, 150. Because we really need to understand the animals, their behavior. At the beginning it was a big mess. We don't understand anything. It was just impressing, but we don't know what happened exactly. We need to understand the place, the animals, and after we need to design new photo equipment. I have to be able to make 10 pictures a second, but with my strobe light continue the 10 during the 1 second 10 strobe light. And of course it's impossible with just strobe light on your side. You need to have backlight. The idea was to create a kind of full moon night with a nice light, very very soft but efficient, and not just to put a lot of light. So he asked us really these 4 years of and work together with my lighters and all this thing.
What are you going to use the data that you get out of this expedition for?
For me, the same, the 3 aim. First, all the watching going to be used for scientific researcher. The last expedition we were 31 people. 1/3 it was only marine biologists, scientific researchers, specialists in sharks. 1/3 was the cinema team for the documentary, for the film documentary, and the last third was just divers, because we need to be a lot to have a look everywhere. Only for my picture I need 2 divers most of the time to hold the light, to be on the frame sometime.
And for safety.
Yeah, and for safety as well. So yeah, that was big. And so now the data, it's for me the most important, but it's very personal, is the book. I worked so much for this book. I told you 85,000 pictures to realize just 222 pictures.
What do you pack?
That's a nightmare. That's really the nightmare for me. I use just for the photo. I have 4 Nikon D5 cameras with 4 housing, something like 15 strobe lights, a lot of wires because I want to put my strobe light very far from me, and that's just the cameras. And after this year we had 3 tons of equipment. All the rebreather, all the gas, because in this place nothing is available for that. The soft-no-lime for the rebreather, something like 600 kilos just of soft-no-lime. We haven't bring with us a kind of soft deco chamber in case of accident, because it's not very deep, 20-30 meters. But we did every day 6, 7, 8 hours in the water. So you can have some deco problems. So we bring all the equipment of the medicine men of the expedition. So it was quite a big thing.
So it was a huge human adventure also.
Yeah, definitely. And the film that will be on French and German TV this year, is not finished. The editing is not done. And also National Geographic bought the rights of all our footage, and they want to make their own editing to talk about our adventure. They are more focused on the human adventure maybe than in the wildlife.
In September there was a big letter from scientists around the world putting on the 65th extinction. What is your feel about it? What do you think about what's happening in the world right now and with our environment?
I'm very uncomfortable with this kind of question because it will be so easy from my position to say I hope that my work going to help people to take care, to be aware of the wonder, you know, the wonderful realm underwater, and if they love it, thanks to my picture, they're going to respect it and all this thing. That would be so easy to say that, but I know that it's not my first motivation. My first motivation is to make exploration, be able to illustrate, to film, to take photo of new behavior, new wildlife, new place, new ecosystem never done before. And of course, if it can be helpful, if thanks to the work we do we can obtain some more respect or this kind. You know, this place fakarava is already protected. It's a man and biosphere reserve by the UNESCO, but it's fragile anyway. So if I can contribute to make this place with a better protection, I will be happy. But I know also that I can contribute to some trouble as well. I know that there is hundreds of divers who told me just yesterday, say, "Oh, I want to go there," and they can, because it's easy to go in this place. And what's going to happen if there is hundreds of divers? Of course, it's divers that love marine life. I'm sure that they want to protect this place, but they're going to have an impact just because of my job. So I'm uncomfortable with this kind of question, and I'm not very optimistic.